Have you ever stopped to think about the real impact that sleep has on your life? We're not just talking about avoiding tiredness or dark circles in the morning, but about how it can transform your productivity, your health, and even your happiness. It might seem counterintuitive, but the more you neglect sleep, the harder it becomes to achieve the success you're striving for. Modern society values hard work, but few realize that the true power to achieve extraordinary results lies in the hours you dedicate to rest. Sleeping well is not just a quick reward for a tiring day, but a crucial strategy to optimize your mind, your body, and of course, your life. Curious to understand how this works? Let's dive into the fascinating world of sleep and discover why it's the secret that few people know about, but that can change everything. Everyone has heard that sleep is essential, but few truly understand how deeply it impacts our mental health. When we talk about a good night's sleep, we're referring to quality sleep, the kind that really repairs the mind and body. A single night of inadequate sleep may seem harmless, but imagine the cumulative impact of sleepless nights over the years. The mind becomes more vulnerable to stress, anxiety, and even depression. But how exactly does sleep affect our mental health? It's simple. During sleep, our brain processes information and emotions from the day, clearing toxins and preparing for the next challenge. Imagine someone who sleeps poorly for weeks. Over time, their ability to handle daily problems diminishes, and what was once a minor setback becomes a major emotional barrier. Mental health is closely linked to sleep quality, so much so that doctors often recommend sleep improvements as part of the treatment for anxiety and depression disorders. A good practice is to create a consistent sleep routine, going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. This helps the body regulate the biological clock, improving sleep quality and, consequently, mental health. Additionally, it's important to consider the sleep environment. A dark, quiet, and cool bedroom can make a huge difference in sleep quality. Small adjustments, like investing in blackout curtains or using earplugs, can transform how you sleep. These simple examples show that small changes can yield significant results. For those looking to improve their mental health, prioritizing sleep is a powerful first step. Imagine the difference a good night's sleep can make in your ability to face the daily challenges. So, are you ready to give your sleep the attention it deserves? The next step is to understand how the lack of sleep can undermine not just mental health, but physical health as well. But before we dive into that, take a moment to reflect. How well have you been taking care of your sleep lately? It's easy to underestimate the power of sleep until its absence starts to take a toll on your physical health. Sleep deprivation is not just a matter of tiredness. It directly affects how the body functions, weakening the immune system and increasing the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes and hypertension. When the body doesn't have enough time to recover during sleep, it enters a constant state of stress. This leads to increased levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, which can trigger a range of health problems. The result? A body that is less resilient, more vulnerable to infections and diseases. Think about how you feel after a sleepless night. Your muscles are tense, your coordination is impaired, and even simple tasks become challenging. Now, imagine this building up day after day. Sleep deprivation not only weakens the immune system, but also hinders the body's ability to regenerate tissues, balance hormones, and even metabolize food. People who sleep poorly often notice gradual weight gain, partly because sleep deprivation disrupts the hormones responsible for hunger and satiety. Additionally, lack of sleep affects insulin, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes. The impact of sleep deprivation on physical health is so severe that it's often compared to the effects of premature aging. Studies show that poor sleepers age faster, with less healthy skin and a higher propensity for heart disease. To avoid these effects, it's crucial to adopt healthy sleep habits, such as avoiding stimulants like caffeine and electronics before bed, and creating a restful environment. Small actions, like brief meditation or light exercise in the evening, can improve sleep quality and, consequently, physical health. Did you know that sleeping well can be just as the fundamental pillars of health, and neglecting it can have serious consequences? Let's explore how sleep affects other aspects of your life. But before we do that, think. Have you been giving your body the rest it deserves? When we think about productivity, we often focus on techniques, tools, and methods to accomplish more in less time. But what many forget is that sleep is one of the most determining factors for effective cognitive performance. A good night's sleep has the power to refresh the mind, improve memory, concentration, and problem-solving abilities. When you're well rested, your decisions are more precise, and your creativity flows more naturally. Have you noticed how ideas seem to come more easily after a good night's sleep? This is no coincidence, but the result of a well-rested brain. On the other hand, sleep deprivation can turn even the simplest task into a real challenge. Short-term memory deteriorates, attention wanes, and the ability to process information decreases significantly. Imagine trying to read a book, participate in a meeting, or solve a complex problem after a sleepless night. Everything seems more difficult, right? This happens because sleep is essential for consolidating the information learned during the day. Without it, productivity plummets, and the risk of making mistakes increases dramatically. Moreover, lack of sleep directly affects mood, which in turn impacts how we interact with others and how we feel about the work we do. A famous study showed that sleep-deprived people exhibit higher levels of irritability and stress, which can harm team collaboration and even decision-making. For those seeking to improve productivity, investing in a good sleep routine is essential. This might include setting regular sleep and wake times, as well as creating a relaxation ritual before bed, such as reading a book or practicing deep breathing. Are you maximizing your productivity potential? Sleep quality could be the difference between a productive day and one filled with frustrations. And believe me, this is just the beginning. How about we explore how sleep can even influence your personal relationships? But before we move forward, reflect. How has your cognitive performance been lately? Interpersonal relationships are a direct reflection of our emotional and mental state, and sleep plays a crucial role in this dynamic. When we are well rested, we are more patient, empathetic, and able to communicate clearly and effectively. A good night's sleep not only improves mood but also helps keep the mind sharp, allowing us to respond more appropriately to social situations. Have you noticed how it's easier to handle the challenges of personal relationships after a good night's sleep? Irritability decreases, the ability to listen increases, and the connection with others becomes deeper. On the other hand, sleep deprivation can be a real poison for interpersonal relationships. The lack of adequate rest often leads to increased stress, impatience, and even unnecessary conflicts. Imagine trying to resolve a disagreement with a friend or partner when you're exhausted. Words may come out harshly, and the ability to put yourself in the other person's shoes diminishes. Additionally, fatigue can make you avoid social interactions, leading to isolation and more serious problems like loneliness and depression. To maintain healthy relationships, it is essential to prioritize sleep just as we prioritize quality time with our loved ones. Small habits can make a big difference, such as ensuring a suitable sleep environment and avoiding arguments before bed. For example, instead of taking worries to bed, it can be helpful to spend a few minutes reflecting on the day and expressing gratitude. This simple practice not only improves sleep, but also strengthens bonds with those around you. When you take care of your sleep, you are, in fact, taking care of your relationships. So, how is the balance between sleep and your social interactions? Maybe it's time to consider the impact of rest on your personal connections. But before we delve deeper into this, think, how has sleep been affecting your interactions with the people you love? Improving sleep quality is a goal that many people strive for, but they don't always know where to start. The truth is that small changes in routine can have a significant impact on nighttime rest. One of the most effective strategies is to create a consistent routine for sleeping and waking up, even on weekends. The human body functions best when it follows a regular rhythm, and this includes sleep. Additionally, avoiding the consumption of caffeine and other stimulants in the hours leading up to sleep can make a big difference. Have you thought about replacing that afternoon coffee with a cup of chamomile tea? This simple switch can significantly improve your ability to fall asleep. Another important strategy is to create an environment conducive to sleep. This means investing in a comfortable mattress and pillows, keeping the room dark, cool, and quiet. Many people underestimate the impact that the environment has on sleep quality, but even the room's temperature can influence how well you sleep. An interesting practice is to use blackout curtains to block external light and, if necessary, a fan or heater to maintain the ideal temperature. Furthermore, electronic devices like phones and computers emit blue light. which interferes with the production of melatonin, the sleep hormone. Therefore, it is advisable to turn off these devices at least an hour before bedtime. Finally, relaxation techniques such as meditation and deep breathing can also be extremely effective. These methods help calm the mind and prepare the body for rest. Dedicating a few minutes to meditating or doing breathing exercises before bed can reduce anxiety and make the transition to sleep easier. A simple example is the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. This exercise helps relax the nervous system and induce sleep more quickly. Incorporating these strategies into your daily routine can transform not only the quality of your sleep, but also how you feel and perform throughout the day. Ready to try some of these strategies? Sleep quality is within your reach, and with these simple practices, you can start to see significant improvements. And speaking of benefits, how about we explore the impact this can have on your professional life? But before we move on, reflect. What can you do today to improve your night's sleep? When it comes to professional success, sleep is rarely the first topic that comes to mind, but it plays a crucial role in this process. Quality sleep is directly responsible for maintaining focus, energy, and mental clarity, which are essential for high-level performance at work. Imagine an executive who constantly makes important decisions. Without adequate rest, their ability to think critically and strategically diminishes, putting not only their career at risk, but also the company they work for. Sleep is, therefore, a powerful tool for those seeking to grow in their career and achieve great results. In addition to focus and mental clarity, sleep also directly influences the ability to innovate and be creative, essential factors for standing out in the professional environment. A well-rested brain is more capable of finding out-of-the-box solutions and thinking creatively, which can be the differentiating factor in a competitive market. Imagine a professional who needs to create new advertising campaigns or develop innovative products. If they are well-rested, they will have a better chance of exploring original ideas and exceeding expectations. On the other hand, lack of sleep can lead to stagnation and a loss of opportunities that could propel their career forward. Moreover, sleep affects emotional resilience, which is crucial in the workplace. Situations of pressure and stress are common in any career, and those who don't sleep well tend to have less patience and a reduced capacity to deal with challenges. A practical example is a leader who, after a sleepless night, reacts impulsively to a stressful situation, harming the work environment and relationships with their team. Sleeping well, on the other hand, prepares the professional to face these situations calmly and controlled, which not only improves performance but also contributes to a healthier and more productive work environment. Are you maximizing your potential at work through sleep? This could be the secret that's missing to boost your career and achieve that much-desired success. And if sleep is so important for professional success, what can it do for your long-term health? But before we proceed, think, how has sleep been impacting your performance at work? The pursuit of longevity is an increasingly common concern, and sleep plays a fundamental role in this process. Sleeping well not only improves quality of life, but can also literally prolong it. Scientific studies show that individuals who maintain a healthy sleep routine are less likely to develop chronic diseases such as heart problems, diabetes, and even some types of cancer. Sleep is a period during which the body performs essential repairs, such as cell regeneration and the production of hormones vital for health. Without adequate sleep, these processes are interrupted, accelerating aging and increasing the risk of early mortality. Furthermore, sleep is crucial for maintaining the immune system, which is our first line of defense against infections and diseases. Insufficient sleep compromises immune function, making the body more vulnerable to illnesses. Imagine someone who regularly sleeps less than 6 hours a night. Over time, this person may become more susceptible to colds, flu, and other infections, as well as having a longer recovery time. Lack of sleep is also associated with increased inflammation in the body, a factor that can contribute to the development of various chronic diseases. In contrast, sleeping well helps strengthen the immune system, promoting a longer and healthier life. Another interesting aspect is the impact of sleep on mental health, which also influences longevity. Sleeping well is one of the most effective ways to prevent and mitigate mental disorders such as depression and anxiety, which are associated with a shorter life expectancy. People who sleep poorly tend to have higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, which affects not only mental health but also the heart and other vital organs. By prioritizing sleep, you are investing in a longer and healthier future. Incorporating healthy sleep habits, such as maintaining a regular schedule and creating a restful environment, could be the secret to a long and fulfilling life. How have you been taking care of your sleep in relation to your long-term health? Perhaps it's time to reconsider your nighttime habits and think about the impact they will have in 10, 20, or even 30 years. And if sleep can influence your longevity so much, what can it do for your happiness? But before we explore that, reflect. How have your nights of sleep been contributing to your long-term health? The pursuit of happiness is a continuous journey, and sleep is one of the most important pillars of that journey. Sleeping well not only improves physical and mental health, but also plays a vital role in promoting a positive emotional state. A good night's sleep regulates the hormones that affect mood, such as serotonin and dopamine, contributing to a sense of well-being and satisfaction. Have you noticed how waking up well-rested makes the day seem lighter and more enjoyable? This happens because sleep acts as an emotional restorer, helping to balance emotions and reduce stress. On the other hand, sleep deprivation can lead to a vicious cycle of unhappiness. Lack of rest directly affects mood, increasing irritability, anxiety, and even depression. Imagine someone who constantly sleeps poorly. This person will likely face greater emotional challenges, from difficulty dealing with minor setbacks to the inability to find joy in daily activities. Sleeping poorly robs the joy from the small things, making life less vibrant and harder to appreciate. This shows that to achieve true happiness, it is essential to prioritize sleep as a fundamental part of emotional well-being. Additionally, quality sleep improves emotional resilience, allowing a person to better cope with life's ups and downs. When we are well-rested, we are more capable of facing challenges with optimism and patience, two qualities that are fundamental for happiness. A practical example is the ability to maintain healthy and harmonious relationships, which is easier when one is emotionally balanced thanks to a good night's sleep. By prioritizing sleep, you are investing in a more stable emotional state and, consequently, a happier life. So, how is your happiness related to sleep? Maybe it's time to make small changes in your sleep habits to discover how this can significantly transform your life. And now that we understand the impact of sleep on so many areas, let's bring all this information together and reflect on the importance of this simple but powerful habit. But before we move on, think. How might sleep be shaping your daily happiness? After understanding the vital role that sleep plays in so many areas of life, it's clear that prioritizing it is not an option but a necessity. So, what will you do from now on to improve the quality of your sleep? Think about the small changes that can have a big impact, like adjusting your nighttime routine or creating a more restful environment. And remember, each good night's sleep is a step closer to a healthier, more productive, and happier life. How about starting this change today? And to keep learning about how to transform your life for the better, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This way, you won't miss any content that could make all the difference in your journey towards success.